Welcome back, Capricorns. Thank you so much for joining us for the extended readings. Let's get right into it. Your future cross and bow. Let's see here. Okay. So the overall energy going into the future is the Chariot, Nine of Swords, the Fool card, Ten of Wands, the Star. Okay. Capricorn, there's going to be some fast movement in you getting out of a place of depression and anxiety, or the recent changes are bringing you into a future where there's movement away from anxiety, depression, fears about taking chances, about new adventures, about things being fresh, and you kind of looking at them with an open mind and new eyes. Ten of Wands, laying down these burdens, and the Stars, wish fulfillment. So the energy going into the future is, quick movement away from bad thoughts and putting down burdens and having, your wish fulfillment. The focus is the Ace of Cups. We had this over here, I believe, in your extra help. Ace of Cups is new relationships, new collaborative endeavors, marriage, proposals, contracts, things like that. But they're absolutely more emotionally focused. And the challenge is the Hierophant is the kind of conventional, established traditions, expectations. You've been in a situation where that has been your challenge, is that it's limited your creativity, but you've done what you need to do to be able to take care of your family. It just sort of feels like there's a lot more restriction, and that's been your restriction to that looking at what it is that you need to maintain your life, probably, from the present into the future energy is this going to be enough? Is it going to provide, or am I looking at only what, the sort of traditional expectations of what this thing is supposed to bring me, whether it be a job or a creative endeavor? Am I only looking at one side of it? I feel a lot of I think earlier, work-life balance was a thing. The energy moving through Capricorn, the Emperor. So the Emperor is divine masculine. The Emperor is strategic leadership. It's planning. It's a leadership vibe. So the energy that's going to move through, you've got this leadership vibe, but also a Four of Cups. Like, maybe I'm going to wait and see. I'm not going to really make any kind of moves. Like, I'll believe things when I see them. And the Page of Cups is a message of, change, is a message of a new offer, or an offer of things changing in the dynamic. And that leaves you in a place where you get some rest with this Four of Swords. You get to actually take a rest, let go of some things that have been on your mind, and really recuperate and heal. Fears going into the future, the Three of Pentacles, that you won't have the cohesive team vibe, or that, maybe it will be too much, so much that you kind of blur those lines of work-life stuff again. I'm not really sure if that's part of the fear, but that's how it feels. And the Seven of Wands is the help that the universe is going to bring in for that. And the Seven of Wands is a very protective, healthy, self-care vibe that's, typically it's competition and conflict, but this feels like I've earned the right to kind of say, this is what I need, this is what I want. And that opportunity for you to exert that, that communication is I think is going to help you with this. Your hopes, Two of Cups, that you have your creative counterpart, that you've met your match, and that you have the ability to manifest with someone who brings as much as you do, whether that's collaboratively or romantically. That feels like your hopes are there. And outcome, you've had this a couple different times. The Devil feels like, for you, insecurity. It feels like old patterns, not seeing things as different, sometimes maybe being a little bit obsessive, or really maybe negative in the situation versus being more hopeful, kind of seeing the worst parts of it before you see the best parts of it. Extra help the universe is going to send in, and we had this before, was the Justice card and Wheel of Fortune. Risks balance themselves out. There's not a matter of time that you're going to take a risk that the universe and spirit and your guides don't have you. And whether it seems like it's not a prize at the time, it can be, it may be absolutely surprising how it works out. So while it may not be, seem like a prize at the time, I feel like there's going to be balance in the situation and with this Justice card, and that there really are no risks that are unsafe for you to take. So that is what we have for your future, Cross and Bow. Let me get into your advice from Spirit. Let's see, Capricorn. Looks like this has been a hard-fought thing, and you've been doing the work, and you just need to maybe take a step back and look at what's actually there, and I think you'll see that you're really in a good spot. It feels like you're in a real good spot. So, as far as your energy right now, 8 of Cups. You've had this several times. You're in this energy where you've healed, you've given everything a really good look. You've gone, okay, this is what I'm leaving, this is what I'm taking, and I'm moving away from the situation emotionally, whether it be, it wasn't enough or it was too much for you, that you're in a place of, with this Justice card, balance, and your energy is really solid in this moving away from things that are unhealthy. Your communication right now is that you're just trusting your gut. You're just going with your intuition. You understand that things are absolutely not completely revealed to you, and they won't be, and you're okay with that. So you're sitting in this really kind of comfortable following of your intuition, that you've earned the right to have that self-talk where you're okay to do that. Your strength is the 7 of Swords, is that Capricorn, you know how to be shitty and petty if you need to, and you can also be very strategic and kind of behind the scenes and close to, hold your cards close, because you're not trying to tell people about the moves you're making. So, and you're really good at, keeping it close and, handling your stuff away from the light of other people. Your weakness, Death card. Change is really hard for you. Rebirth is not necessarily an easy thing. It's an absolutely really painful thing for you constantly, is for things to change and you to grow and evolve. You get through it. You do well with it. But it is, it's something that you don't see as a strength at this point, that you feel like that your healing takes really death and rebirth in a lot of ways. And I get the vibe that you would much rather it be less intense in a lot of ways, which, wouldn't we all? But for you, there's, that it's sort of your superpower is rebirth, and you're looking at it as your weakness. Your reality is the King of Swords. You are intentional. You are a leader. You're strategic. You're Capricorn. Again, making moves where people don't see them, keeping your cards close to your chest. You're very strategic, and you're also very matter-of-fact about things. Your passion, 3 of Cups, is that you're passionate about the connections that you have, the people that you spend time with, your friendships, your circle of friends, your support system, and whether that even be, personal in your personal life with your friends and family, or, a work group of camaraderie, things that are, you thrive on that. You thrive on the ability of your group to have a cohesiveness. And your key to your future, Temperance. So DR.A loves this card. The Temperance card is basically just keep on going. The key to this is patience and waiting for more to be shown to you. And Capricorn, you've got this. You are absolutely divine and intuitive. You know where and when to follow your intuition. Just because it's been bumpy doesn't mean it's been bad, and it's just going to take you a little bit more healing to feel a little bit more comfortable. And this is a great reading. This is what I have for you, and I hand you over to DR.A for the you and them reading.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. M. So you and M. So our overall energy in this is 5 of Wands. So I feel like there's a bit of defensiveness there, and some struggle, and I kind of feel like there's a lot to work through on this one. There's a lot to work through. So how you feel is Queen of Wands. So it's that fiery, passionate
You feel like you have to be feisty
Yeah.
almost to get their attention because they're sort of nonplussed.
Right.
It's the feeling I get.
Yeah, and
You know,
and
like-
I feel like this just it's such a struggle. You know how they feel. This just says it right here. 9 of Swords. You know, the anxiety, and I think the two of you, you're just kind of, I don't know, is it necessarily butting heads, but the two of you are really struggling, and I feel like there's maybe not a whole lot of communication in there. So what you think, strength. So, you know, I feel like you're just like, okay, I'm just going to stay strong. I'll wait it out. We'll see what happens.
Well, and strength also has that component of self-esteem, really healthy, like unconditional love, self-acceptance. So
right.
maybe that's what the situation is calling for. And this, if you're both in that 9 of Swords, where there's depression and anxiety, and it was over here in these cards, that there might be more of an opportunity to like look at the differences that you both carry and understand them to be strengths, and that you can unconditionally love the things that you aren't, that the other person is.
Right. And I think it's kind of, going within and taking that look, going, okay, these are my strengths. Okay.
What do you bring to it? What do I bring to it? There's 2 of Cups. There's definitely that, marriage card partnership over here all over the place. Yeah. And just that, there's a work towards.
Right. So what they think is Knight of Pentacles. So, you're kind of that quick moving, that offer of stability.
Reliable, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard work vibe for sure.
And what you love, Devil. So to me that says there's a little bit of obsessiveness there, and I think that, maybe that's a little bit of the attraction right there, is that it's this kind of compulsion, and that's what draws you in. And it's kind of, I feel like the two of you just kind of get in each other's heads, and you get a little bit stuck.
Well, and maybe there's that what you're saying is what you love, what Capricorn loves, is that you can kind of go to those places, run those lines with this person of maybe things that are not completely healthy, but like they work for you guys, and but it also feels like there's opportunity for both of you to heal along those lines too. I don't know why, but
well, this could be part of it right here. Is what they love is the Queen of Cups. Is
that you guys can get through it together. You're that nurturing, domestic, empathetic. Like you get it. You can read them.
But you got to work through it. Because if you don't work through it, it's not gonna turn out well. And what you should share is the Page of Wands. So it's that quick, fiery message. That passionate. Hey,
like run up on them, run up in their job.
Hey, I've been thinking about you.
I like you.
Want
to touch your
parts?
You want to touch your parts.
What they should share is 8 of Cups. They don't want to feel like they're left out and that they're being abandoned.
And they're working on their stuff too. There's 8 of Cups all over here. Is that
there's a total insecurity on both parts right now, and
but maybe also a lot of like working through things. And the 8 of Cups is working through, leaving things behind, and I had a vibe over here with these cards with the 2 of Cups and a lot of that partnership stuff where it was like you guys are growing through things and through time and building things together, and it's really hard fought is the feeling, and maybe you're both a little bit tired, but like what to come away with together.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like you're both sitting in a lot of emotional, like just turmoil in your minds. And, maybe that's what's holding you back. So between working through your own things as well as working through things together, it's going to take some time. And, you got to fight through it together. You absolutely have to fight through it together. All right, Capricorns, this has been a pretty good reading here. You definitely got some work to do.
So thank you so much for joining us for the Extendeds again. If you'd like more information on life coaching, energy work, and personal tarot readings, please check out our website. It's GeminiLifeCoaches.com. And thanks for joining us, and hope to see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.